Okay, children, will revise today good and bad conductors of heat.
But we done with this topic, ma'am.
Good and bad conductors of heat. We haven't done yet.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, today we'll see the respiration. Respiration and organisms. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Respiration and organisms. Can you read the course book if you have with you? Page number 7. We'll begin with Nehita. Nehita will read first and then Nimira, okay? Read out the first para.
Yes, ma'am. All living organisms need the energy to do work. Energy is required to perform various functions of life, such as excretion, growth, movement, transportation, and reproduction. Without energy, organisms cannot do any work. The process of breakdown of food to release energy is known as respiration. When the process of breakdown takes place in the cells to release energy, it is called cellular respiration. Respiration is of two types. Aerobic respiration takes place in the presence of air, or we can call it as oxygen. Most of the animals like crocodiles, humans, monkeys, rabbits, etc. respire aerobically. Anaerobic respiration takes place in the absence of air. Microorganisms like yeast and certain bacteria respire anaerobically.
Thank you, Nehita. So this was about the respiration and organisms. So how many types, the respiration has been divided into? Yes, Shreya. Shreya, you can unmute yourself.
Two types. Ma'am, you was breaking, ma'am.
Yes, Nehita, what happened?
You was really breaking up, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, sometimes.
I think they can't unmute themselves.
Ma'am, I can unmute, ma'am.
Yeah, can you tell me how many types of respiration are there?
Ma'am, there are two types, aerobic and anaerobic.
Okay. So, what is cellular respiration?
What, ma'am?
What is cellular respiration?
Ma'am, cellular respiration, the breakdown takes place, ma'am, in the cells of energy.
The process of breakdown which takes place in the cells to release energy is called as cellular respiration. Okay. This is about aerobic and anaerobic respiration. So which takes place in the oxygen, it is called as aerobic, and that which takes place in the absence of oxygen, it is called as anaerobic respiration. Yes, Nimira, can you read out the rest of the para? Respiration in insects.
Yeah, ma'am. Ma'am, I left my course book in the room, ma'am.
Okay, it's okay. Yes, Shreya.
My father is doing some work.
Yeah, Neha Darshi. Shreya, you can unmute yourself. Do you have the course book with you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Can you read respiration in insects?
Insects such as grasshopper have a simple respiratory system. One second, ma'am. I'm getting my course book.
Okay. Yes. What happened, Shreya?
It consists of a network of thin air tubes known as tracheal tubes that are spread across the entire body of the insect. These air tubes have tiny openings called spiracles, which are present on either side of the body of the insect.
Okay, thank you. So here if you
Ma'am,
yeah, here if you see there are tiny tubes, air tubes known as tracheal tubes, which are spread across the entire body of the insect. So here, children, if you see the respiration process, respiration is very much important. It is the vice versa process, which in which you inhale and exhale the gases. The exchange of gases takes place between the plants and the animals and human beings. There are different types of respiratory organs inside the animals. And if you see the human beings, they respire with the help of their nostrils, with the lungs. There are respiratory organs inside the human beings, well developed organs. Inside the animals, there are different between the animals, like sea animals. They can respire through their gills, especially in the case of fishes. And in the case of frogs, how they can respire?
Ma'am, when there is in frogs, ma'am. Ma'am, when there is in water,
Yes,
ma'am, you're in frog, ma'am.
yes, in frog.
Ma'am, when there is in water, it's breathe through its skin, ma'am. When there is in land, with its lungs.
Okay. And what about earthworm?
To its skin, ma'am.
it will breathe through its moist skin.
Okay. And what about the grasshopper?
It will breathe through the spiracles, ma'am.
Okay. And the cockroach?
Also, it will breathe.
Spiracles as well.
Okay. Children, I have given you the homework. You have to write the respiration in earthworm and respiration in frog. The one which you have in your course book, page number
Yes, ma'am.
18 and page number 19 in your homework books. You have to
As
read,
it is, ma'am.
yeah, as it is. You have to read it once and write it down. If you have anything extra to write, any extra points you want to add, you can. Okay? Page number 18 and page number 19. Respiration in earthworm and respiration in frog. You have to write in your homework book.
Yes, ma'am. It came in MCQ.
Yeah, I have sent it in MCD. So do not forget to share your homework with me. And even if you have finished your FA notes, even if you have finished your notes, please send it for correction. Okay? So here if you see the respiration process, anaerobic and aerobic respiration. So here what is happening in the case of cellular respiration. So this in this respiration, this is again two types, aerobic and anaerobic. So in aerobic, there is the presence of oxygen. So what does oxygen do when the glucose, when the materials which are there during the process, the carbon dioxide is being released, water and energy with the utilization of oxygen. This aerobic respiration is taking place. The respiration process is taking place in the presence of oxygen. Food is also broken down in the presence of oxygen. And in anaerobic respiration, there is no involvement of oxygen. It is happening without oxygen. And even the food materials is being broken down. Food in the sense the glucose is being broken down into alcohol, lactic acid, and energy and carbon dioxide is being released out. So here are a few differences between aerobic and anaerobic respiration. I think you all have it with you.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Can you read the next, uh, Nimira? You've bought your book.
Yeah, ma'am.
Can you read the next page, page number 18?
Yes, ma'am. Oxygen-rich air enters into the body through the spiracles. The air goes into the trachea and diffuses into the body tissues, reaches every cell in the body.
Oxygen reaches the cell and carbon dioxide from the cells enter into the tracheal tubes and is expelled out.
Okay. So here, if you see in the case of the uh, grasshopper, so we were talking about the grasshopper. So in this oxygen-rich air enters into the body through spiracles. What happens to this air? This air goes into the trachea and diffuses in the body tissues. It reaches each and every cell in the body. So this oxygen, it reaches the cell and carbon dioxide from the cell enters in the tracheal tube and expels out. I just want to show you the video for this, how the respiration process takes place.
Air enters the insect body through tiny holes present on the sides of the body. These holes are known as spiracles. The spiracles open into a network of thin air tubes spread over the body of an insect. These tubes are known as the trachea and they facilitate gas exchange. Oxygen reaches the cells through the tracheal system and the carbon dioxide is received from the cells by the tracheal system and expelled from the insect body through spiracles. Air enters human beings. Frogs, like human beings, have lungs. They use their lungs for breathing. But since their lungs are not well developed, they use two other types of respiration. One is buccal respiration and the other is cutaneous respiration. In buccal respiration, oxygen is absorbed and the blood vessels that line the roof of their mouth expel carbon dioxide. During this process, the passage to the lungs remains closed. In cutaneous respiration, oxygen is absorbed by the network of blood vessels on their skin. This respiration is effective only if their skin is moist. This technique of respiration is used by frogs on both land and water. Frogs
So in the case of a grasshopper, they have a simple respiratory system with all the holes at the both the sides of the body. These holes are called as, yes, Nehita, these holes are called as the holes which are present on either side of the body of a
Spiracles.
grasshopper. Yes, they are called as spiracles.
Yes,
And
ma'am. I can't unmute.
okay, I haven't muted anyone. Yes,
Now I can unmute.
Nimira, can you tell me what are uh, what what is the network of tubules, air tubules known as?
Ma'am, the tracheal tubes, ma'am.
Yes, the tracheal tubes. They are spread across the entire body of the insects. So here in this picture, you can see the insects. They breathe through spiracles, the small holes in the abdomen. So the detailed picture of the spiracle is being given here. How the oxygen transfer is taking place, and the red line, it shows the flow of carbon dioxide, and the blue line, it shows the intake of oxygen, how it is getting into the spiracles to from the spiracle, it is reaching the muscle fiber, the muscles of the tissues of the body. From the spiracle, they are getting into the trachea and then they are reaching the cells inside the insect body. Okay, you can see here.
Yeah, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, you can see the blue line. From this is the area of the opening of the spiracle. So here it is written spiracle. From this spiracle, it is
The
passing
oxygen, right, ma'am?
back here. Yeah, what happened?
The oxygen is passed.
Yeah, the oxygen is passed
Yeah,
through yeah, and it is getting inside the cells of the tissues of the insect body. And then from here, the carbon dioxide is being released out. Okay,
yes, ma'am.
so this was about the respiration in grasshopper. And if you see the respiration in, just 1 second, children.
As well as in water. Frogs breathe through their skin when in water and lungs when on land. The skin of a frog is slimy and moist. The skin of the frog is supported by an extensive network of blood vessels. Oxygen diffuses into the bloodstream through the skin. Frog breathes with the help of the skin when it is under the water. Frogs have a pair of sac-like structures as lungs. Frog uses its throat to pump air into the lungs. Down and the throat moves up, forcing air into the lungs of the frog. Frog breathes through its lungs when on land.
Yes. So here the frogs are called as amphibians. Why they are called as amphibians?
Ma'am, because they
Because they
live
live on
land and water, both
Yes,
land and water.
yes, they are called as amphibians. So the skin of the frog, they even respire with the help of their skin. Skin of the frog is very slimy and moist. In order, so they can even live in water. So when they live in water, how do they respire? They respire through their
skin,
skin. And when they are on land,
lungs.
Lungs.
yeah.
They use lungs.
So here you can see the third point on your skin, the lining of the mouth. So here they can even respire when they are on land, or I mean they are on in water. They can even respire through the lining of the mouth, means through the buccal cavity, the mouth cavity. When they are on the land, they can even respire with the help of the nostrils or the mouth cavity or the buccal cavity, through which the air passes into the lungs. Okay, so this was about the frog, and now respiration and
Can
fish.
I read, ma'am?
Yes,
Fish and many other aquatic animals have special organs called gills for respiration. Gills are projections of the skin that are well supplied with blood vessels for the exchange of gases. Gills help to use dissolved oxygen in the water.
okay, yes, thank you. So if we see the fishes, fishes have a well developed organ, which are the gills. Gills are rich in capillaries. They have small holes. You have seen the fish gills? Any one of you have seen the gills of fish?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I'm asking.
Yes. So there are small holes. They are rich in
It will
capillaries.
be like a semicircle and it will be
Yes.
moving up and down.
Blood flows will be there. Blood flow will be there. So the oxygen from the water, it diffuses into the blood through these gills when it enters. So carbon dioxide also diffuses into the water again. So with the help of this gills, in the case of fishes. Okay, children. So
Yes,